Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. B-52, also known as Big Ugly Fat Fellow, is a long-range bomber with a massive payload capacity. It can fly at high subsonic speeds, at altitudes up to 50,000 feet. The United States Air Force conducts a B-52 scramble before its deployment. B-52 scramble refers to quickly preparing, fueling, arming, and launching B-52 bombers. The crew has to rapidly respond and prepare the aircraft to be deployed for a mission. This enhances the readiness capabilities of B-52 bomber crews and ground personnel. Typically, it takes about an hour to warm up a B-52. However, the USAF used explosive charges to start the engines during the B-52 scramble. Airmen used small, controlled explosive charges to kickstart 2 of the 8 engines. This process is known as the cartridge start, or cart start method. The B-52, using cart start, could be ready to take off in less than 10 minutes. Enough time to avoid being vaporized on the ground. When the scramble alert is received, the B-52 air crews are immediately mobilized. They swiftly proceed to their assigned aircraft and conduct pre-flight checks before takeoff. The air defense authorities, ground crews, and the B-52 pilots communicate thoroughly. The pilots receive updated information about the mission and act accordingly. Before takeoff, the aircraft perform an elephant walk to the runway. Elephant walk is designed to maximize the number of aircraft launched in the least amount of time possible. The B-52 bombers taxi down the runway in a synchronized manner, maintaining a tight formation. The pilots coordinate their movements to ensure safe spacing between the aircraft while showcasing their ability to operate in close proximity. The exact number of aircraft involved can vary, depending on the requirement. It can be performed as part of an exercise, training event, or as a show of force during public events or air shows. The B-52 was first introduced in 1955 and has been serving the USAF ever since. It is one of the most iconic and enduring aircraft in the USAF's bomber fleet. However, in the 1970s, the U.S. military wanted a replacement for the aging B-52 bomber. In the 1980s, Northrop Grumman developed the B-2 bomber for the USAF. They required a plane that could carry nuclear bombs across the globe without being detected on the enemy radars. The B-2 has several advantages over other bombers. Due to its revolutionary blend of stealth characteristics and high aerodynamic efficiency. The B-2 bomber is stored in a wide hangar bay. The aircraft is positioned in a specific configuration to facilitate loading operations. B-2 bombers can carry both conventional and nuclear weapons. A specialized team of munitions airmen follows strict procedures to handle the munitions safely and accurately.
Control lug nut 2. Briefing. Warning, personal cell phones, pagers, PDAs pose an electromagnetic radiation hazard. Exposed munitions. Location is 60,000 pounds.
The airmen use bomb lifts and trailers to transport munitions from the storage to the hangar bay. The munitions are thoroughly inspected to ensure they are in proper working condition. B-2 bombers have various designated munitions loading points, including bomb bays and rotary launchers. The airmen physically mount the munitions onto the designated loading points of the B-52 bombers. They follow particular instructions to properly align, attach, and secure the munitions. The B-2 bomber also performs an elephant walk. B-2 bombers conduct elephant walks for training purposes, readiness exercises, or special occasions. While the elephant walk is commonly associated with conventional aircraft, there have been instances where multiple B-2s taxied in close formation on a runway. These events are relatively rare due to the operational considerations of the aircraft. The elephant walk offers an opportunity to improve the readiness capabilities of the B-2 bomber fleet. It also showcases the unique stealth design and advanced technology of the B-2 bomber. A B-2 bombing run refers to a strategic bombing mission conducted by the B-2 Spirit. The aircrew performs maintenance checks and prepares the B-2 bomber before the mission. The B-2 takes off from its base and descends to a high altitude to avoid the risk of detection. The aircraft approaches the target area. The crew employs advanced sensors to detect the target and potential threats. Once the target is identified and confirmed, the B-2 releases its precision-guided munitions. In military aviation, the term scrambling was initially used in the Battle of Britain. The RAF fighters waited on the ground for chain-home radar observations to detect oncoming aircraft. Later, a telephone call would reach each airfield separately. The crews and pilots would rush to the nearby parked aircraft and prepare it to take off immediately. The F-15 has been the U.S. Air Force's primary fighter jet aircraft for over 40 years. It can penetrate enemy defense and outperform any current enemy aircraft. The USAF has combat-ready F-15s that can take off at a moment's notice. Whenever radar operators detect unauthorized intrusion into restricted airspace, they immediately notify the appropriate units and squadrons responsible for F-15 aircraft. The pilots receive an alert notification and quickly proceed to their assigned aircraft for immediate takeoff. The F-15 ground crews perform expedited pre-flight checks. This ensures the aircraft's readiness for takeoff. The response time depends on various factors, including the readiness status of the aircraft, the proximity to the incident, and the availability of pilots and ground crews. Communication between ground crews, air defense authorities, and pilots is essential for a smooth and efficient launch. The pilots rapidly climb the ladder to enter the cockpit. Once the pilots are in their respective aircraft, the F-15s are expedited to the runway for takeoff. Most of the fighter jet scrambling leads to mid-air interceptions. However, unnecessary interceptions of aircraft by military forces can lead to aerial conflicts. Specific precautionary measures are followed to prevent such escalations. On August 28, 2020, two Russian Su-27 flanker pilots intercepted a U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber in the Black Sea over international waters. The Russian pilots flew in an unprofessional manner while crossing within 100 feet of the nose of the B-52 multiple times at co-altitude. The turbulence caused by the afterburner also restricted the B-52's ability to maneuver. F-15 provide close air support to B-52 and enhance the overall mission capabilities. Aerial combat has evolved dramatically. Currently, the USAF can launch any fighter jet at a moment's notice. The USAF fighter jets should be capable of taking off immediately in an emergency. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.